Hello students, welcome back to the online classes. Last week I had taken the new chapter, lesson 6, the making of a scientist. Okay, and that week we had finished only half, and after that live class were not there. I had uploaded my video. I believe that you might have gone through the video. Today it is just the recap, that is what we have studied. And since we had finished only one chapter, so I just revise it once again for you. So please listen carefully. So this making of a scientist is the story of a young scientist called Richard E. Bright. Okay, Richard E. Bright, who from the childhood onwards had got this kind of a curiosity. What is this? How it is and everything. And during when he was in young age, that is in the age of 22 something, he and his friend had presented kind of a article in a magazine called Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. Okay, Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. In that, they had presented an article, and from then onwards, they came to the limelight. People started knowing about it. People started talking about it because from the in a young age, they proved their mettle. Now, Richard E. Bright, right from the childhood, since he was the only child of his parent, no brother, no sister, no friends, nothing. He was all alone at home. So he had developed something different than anybody else. He never used to go for football, volleyball, or baseball, something that kind of a games. He used to just collect things. That is, fossils, coins, rocks, or butterflies. He had these type of hobbies. So he used to collect all these things. Now he wanted to know more about butterflies, and he used to collect many things. Now he was more influenced by Richard Uckart, a Dr. Richard Uckart, who was his mentor, and he asked him that what should I do. So he suggested to find out about the monarch X butterflies, how they migrate. So he started working on it. He bought many eggs, developed many eggs in the basement of his house, and these monarch eggs, when they started growing, he used to tag them on their wings, so that wherever they go, they can be the people, if the people catch them, they can send it to the Dr. Richard Uckart. So that was his thing. It was a bit tiresome work, because tag them, then find out and all this, and then there was no much success because these butterflies were not going very far, more than 7-8 kilometers they were not going. So he felt a little bored and all those things. At this time, his mother, his mother was the backbone for him, because she was the only person who used to encourage him, who used to always push him, who always used to give some or other assignments to him, and he used to do all those work for himself. He was always working on it. His mother always encouraged him, and she gave him brought a lot of useful things like binoculars, telescopes, climbing mountain things and all, rope and shoes and all those things. So he used to enjoy with it. Now at this point, when he was tired and discouraged about the monarch X migration, his mother gave him a book calling The Travels of Monarch X. Okay, The Travels of Monarch X. Now this book inspired him a lot. After reading this book, at the end there was a question to find out how these monarch X used to develop. So he started working on it, and he started presenting his cases, preparing it. Now there were county fairs, the science fair in county in his area, and first time when he entered in this county fair with the theory of frog, he did not get any prize. But then he realized that he has to work a lot. So he started working on it and started with this monarch X. So he slowly started getting a lot of things about their development, about their growth and all those things. And one by one theory he started presenting and started receiving a lot of prizes in the competition, in this county fair and international fair and all. So he believed in this, if he worked on it and went on doing a lot of things. Now he saw these butterflies are having a kind of a golden spot. So he started thinking that why these golden spots are there. So before this, he had another challenge that these monarch eggs are dying in thousands because of a viral fever. So he thought that maybe this is this viral fever is coming because of the beetle, another insect. So again he presented a paper saying that no, because he put these beetles with the monarch eggs and he found nothing. There is no problem with the beetle. So there again he won first prize. Now second theory started about the black spot, golden spot. He wanted to know what these golden spots are. First he thought that these may be the decorative things on the wings. First he thought that, but then he started looking very carefully and wanted to know what exactly it is. He thought that could be these golden spots producing some kind of hormones which are helping in the growth of the monarch eggs. Now to find out whether these gold spots are having hormones, he and his friend developed a kind of an instrument through which to find out the these hormones in this. So again they got success and then he was very happy. Again he got first prize in international level and in the county fair also, in the zoology factor and all the other departments. Now when he found out that these hormones are there, from there he came to one more step ahead, that is the cell life. Okay, the cells can produce life if these hormones are injected together. Now there again he developed and he could make the structure of the these cells, these hormones, these cells, and he started questioning whether this cell is able to read the DNA blueprint. This was a kind of a revolution, because in biology this question was not yet answered, that how the blueprint of DNA is read by whom. So this cell structure, chemical structure which he developed from this monarch eggs, this proved him, this helped him that this structure could read the DNA blueprint. Now he was getting more and more work and started working day and night. Of course, beside his this experiment, he used to study, he used to go for photography, he used to go for natural visitation and all those things. It is not that 24 hours he was busy in research and experiments. No, he used to have another life also. He used to spend with his friends, he used to spend life with his mother and go for photo shoot and all those things, but everything natural. Now with this DNA, it was sure that if this thing comes out rightly, then he will become famous, and then it could be easy to find out the cure for the deadly diseases like cancers, AIDS and all other types of diseases once this is successful. Now he was well known, his teachers, the school where he studied, there also teachers were loving him, because he was always number one in the class and he was always topper, since he had the habit of learning things. He loved to have debates. Okay. Now he never participates the debate not for the winning sake, not to become first in the class, but to get more and more information, to get more and more learning. That was his basics, and that's the reason that his memory power was very strong and he used to win a lot of debates and other competitions. So finally he just tries to get more and more better in his life, and he becomes a very, very big, very young scientist along with his friend. Now this is just the story of him. Now through this story we people can get inspiration. We should get inspiration. We should be inspired by his story. As a young child, he worked hard, set a goal, and one after another he started doing things instead of simply leaving things. I hope you people enjoyed the class. Let us go through this chapter properly. question answers have been given, complete them and write the summary of this chapter in 80 words. Till then, stay home, stay safe. Thank you.